Man, look, did y'all catch that NAA stuff? Like, I'm just saying, I'm gonna give them their flowers because they did it right. Like, that's what you do. You record it, you stream it, make it so it's accessible to the masses, so that later on, when they want to come pulling receipts, it's easy for you to pull up receipts. And I enjoyed it personally. Like, I ain't gonna lie. So, what's up, little baby? What's up, Tamara T? Always good to see y'all. And we're gonna talk about that. Like, that was kind of interesting. If you caught AD Sykes breakfast, not gonna lie, if you're watching it on the live stream, you can skip like the first 40 minutes, like straight butt kissery, which I'm never here for. So, but y'all already know what's up. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, y'all. Greetings, salutations. Another episode of Fangs Up at look, not gonna lie, just trying to catch Brian and the crew, AD Drew. Good conversation having over there. What's up, Ashley? Look, I wasn't expecting all that talking prior to her segment. Bruh, you about to get me to say something I probably shouldn't say. But yeah. I wasn't surprised. There's a lot of butt kissery that goes on before somebody talks, especially with that organization. So, which I'm a member of, proud card carrying, pin wearing member of the National Alumni Association. But man, they will spend a whole 15 minutes naming dignitaries. Like, we give a darn. Like, just get into the meeting. All right, we sat there, watched the whole thing. Y'all eating breakfast, ain't invited nobody, ain't offered nobody a plate. I'm being sarcastic. Told y'all, brother AC went out. Look, that car ain't moved. It ain't moving until AC fixed day. But yeah, yeah. Just sat up there, watched them. Hey, this is great. Let's talk about this, talk about that. And we got like a whole like 15, 20 minutes AD Sykes talking. But before that, happy birthday to the March of 100. Happy Founders Day. I guess that's really the proper way to say it. They had their Founders Day the other day. It's pretty cool, man. Give us a little more content, man. As far as supporting them, which y'all already know, like it's 100. So, no complaints from me. I always loved 100. They let me do my thing around them. Coach, Doc, everybody's good. So, but yeah, man, like this episode sounds good. That's the title. Because if you watched it, a lot of what AD Sykes said sounds good. Now, me personally, I hate when people say that, like with a passion. Like if you say something to me like, hey, we're gonna try and do this, this, and this, sounds good. All of a sudden, I don't want to do it. Just being honest. Like from that moment forward, keep them want to do it. And it's like, oh shoot, you said sounds good? All right, cool. But that was kind of the response I got from listening to AD Sykes talk. Because she brought up some good ideas and they sound nice. She also brought up the idea in the past of supporting 100, giving them a little something, doing some stuff ADs haven't done before. But again, that NAA convention, good job. Good job to the people who are sharing this stuff on socials. And the state of athletics, that's really what I'm going to focus on. All the other stuff, I didn't really watch it this year. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Brothers, look, it's been a long week. It was a long week. And so I was other stuffing. But man, state athletics, if you go back and watch it again, you can look for it. It is on the Florida Regional National Alumni Association's Facebook, and you can find a link to the Twitter page as well. Watching the boys in Garnet and Gold right now beat up on UCF just because I want to talk trash tonight, and maybe not because my wife's been extra nice to me, but she knows teams from Tallahassee are my favorite, especially when they're beating that team on the other side of town, almost to Daytona. But you can skip the first that thing's like an hour and 15 minutes. You can skip like the first 50 minutes because you're gonna get nothing. And if you're in tune with athletics, you can really skip oh man, everything except for the last like 15 minutes. Like, because all she's gonna do is kind of tell you stuff that we've already told you, she's already told you, and that you've already heard. But it's a lot of it celebrating the accomplishment of the athletic department. But some of it, she was catching some of y'all that was sneak dissing. I'm just saying, look, will I be on that's I sit in the meetings just be like that sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be in the NA meeting and I gotta turn the camera off because I'll be like, bruh, can you stop kissing butt and get to the meeting? I don't care what your title is. I just want the work. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need, so we can get it done. But yeah, it took a while to get to the substance. But you know what? One of the coolest parts, besides AD Sykes, the lady that they had moderating, look, Auntie was auntieing. Like you picked her Auntie, looked out right, but Auntie was in tune with the little fads. Like she was trying to teach the alumni the chants. That was cool. But the other stuff, man, but when she got to that academic eligibility part, hope ears were perked. So little baby, look, that's what you do. And honestly, I'll give them credit. One thing they did good, they showed up at Be Out Day. I didn't think they were gonna really do that much with that. You got something. Go to Be Out Day. All right. I'm gonna say this. If you're gonna do it on the same weekend again next year, do it in Atlanta. I'm sorry. And I say this as a member of that noble clan. But they had Seersucker in Atlanta. A lot of your cousins was up there. Man, you had the NAA convention during Seersucker? Oh, cuz. Like, don't even get it started. I'm just saying, that's some of the next level planning you need. Like, oh, Seersucker's this weekend. We either having ours this weekend or we're not. But you had that thing during Seersucker in Atlanta, you might have alumni just roll in from Seersucker like, oh man, I was going to the Seersucker anyway. Like, I'm just saying. But back to business. But she was talking about academic eligibility. 51 players total were ineligible, 27 from the football team. And she was saying how that's a pretty good deal. And honestly, it doesn't sound good, but that's just because I'm a fan. I'm biased. I'm not sitting there looking at the total number of student athletes, X, Y, Z in the third. And then she gave a comparable measurement and was like, the number of players eligible for the whole academic program was less than last year's football team. So I think that spoke to some of the things that she's done well. Again, one of the things I did like that AD Sykes is that she went up there and she celebrated herself a little bit. Like I told y'all, she be too bashful for me sometimes. Like sometimes she don't celebrate herself enough. Like she just be kind of like, oh, we're working on this, we're working on that. She'll be telling you what she did. And she did a lot of telling you what she did. Now, some of that, she's already told us. Didn't necessarily have to hear it again, but for the people in the back hadn't been listening, I was cool. Look, oh, little baby, glad I did not pass out of Be Out Day, but I owe someone a fave. White Pegasus going gray. Look, Be Out Day. It's a thing. I would look next year. I gotta figure out where it's going because I ain't doing well. I don't know. Got conclave next year and a family trip. We'll see. But you kind of see like she showed places where FAMU grew. That was cool. Again, the academic eligibility thing that was huge for me. Like this didn't hit two pitchers. What the what? Two batters. Sorry. Um, but I thought that was pretty good. Like that's some of what you need to do. Some of what you were asking for as a fan was, hey, give me a list. Tell me what you're doing. She talked about the strike tour. You already gave us the dates on that, and she talked about why it was needed. Um, eh, eh. For me, the strike tour thing, I already told y'all. Like, I'm not crazy about it on some ends, just because I'm not sure if it's always. I'm not sure if it's coming out as well as it could. I do think for the strike tour, I want the coaches there. And so that's something that I'm looking to see if she does. Like bring out the baseball coach, bring out softball coach, bring out your coaches that won championships and that almost won them. And have them talk about what they need, but then also talk about what they got and what alumni gave them. And we got a little bit of that. Like she also talked about championship rings. She's like, oh yeah, some of y'all got your rings. Who got your rings? And the crowd was kind of quiet because it was like the mug's probably in the mail. They probably left before their rings arrived. So, but that was cool and that was smart. Like she's recognized the people who bought rings, those kind of things. Like that's important. Just as a supporter, like if I'm putting money in your pocket, I want my name to be seen. I want my name to be said, or I want some type of recognition. Like, because the easiest way to get fans to stop supporting you is make them feel like it's a thankless duty. And she did a good job. Like, I'll give her credit with that. Like, and again, I'm not the AD Sykes person that's gonna be sitting up there telling you she's trash. This is I will be critical when it's time to be critical, but I'm with you when you're right. I'm not when you're wrong. And in this case, she did it right. Like she did really good on that. Now, one of the things that I thought she did a pretty good job of was talking about kind of about the future of FAMU. At least that's what I tell you. I listed it as. Um, and she talked about some of the things she wants to get into, especially with FAMU playing all SWAC sports, which she said that before. So that's not new. Like for you, me, and the people who've been watching this, especially the day ones, we all know AD Sykes has stated her goal is to sponsor all sports. Her first one to add would be women's golf, which makes sense because you don't have to hire a new coach. Like that's kind of the double side of that. Like I hear the people, and I'm with you. I would like soccer. I just think you have the facilities for it, you have the area for it. You're kind of in a good place, but at the same point, you're still going to compete against Florida State for it, which I hate. But at the same point, I think that opens you up for Title IX for maybe get men's tennis back. So just a thought. But I appreciated that. What's up, little baby? Listen, I would like to have heard more about where she wants to take FAMU athletics within the next 5 years and what she's going to do to get there. I'm there. I'm there. And some of that's again, y'all know I always go back to mission, vision, value things. It's summertime, so if you're taking it up a few days, I didn't see a clear vision with a timeline. I did see a vision of what she wants the program to do and what she wants to become. But I didn't see like in 5 years we're doing this, 3 months we're doing that. But she did. In her defense, she stated that I want to add these sports. In order to add it, we need more money. And that was honestly, I'm cool with that. But that's common sense to me. Like, no stuff, Sherlock. You need more money to add more programs. That's obvious. But I think part of the weakness was that, as Lil Baby's pointing out, there's no time frame. So part of it is still that there's a vision, but it's still foggy. Like you're not giving me a time frame to say in this amount of months this is happening. Because now, even when she was talking, she talked about the repairs that were made. And a lot of those flew under the radar. Like softball got a new bullpen. The tennis complex got new windscreens. Okay, those are great, but why? And this is me selfish. Why are we just hearing about this in some regards at the the athletics program? Like, why aren't we hearing that? Like, hey, Rattler Nation, this is what's going on. You know, we're getting new windscreens at the tennis complex. Softball got new bullpens and da da da. Okay, show us those things as they're happening, because then all of a sudden, again, it goes back to that when you're asking me for money, I'm seeing what you're doing with the money, because that goes back exactly what little baby's saying. Hey, what's happening in the next 5 years? Okay, but you telling me what's going on in the next 5 days. Oh shoot, I'll support that. Let me go up there, and instead of going out to Ruth Chris or going over to iDrive, let me send FAMU that $50, that $100. I'm gonna go spend at Dave and Buster's. I mean, that's cool. But once I finish, I'm back at the house. I got the same old problems. But if I go send that to fam, like, hey, they won a championship. I can talk trash for a year. Like it's just that kind of mindset. Like, cool, you're doing good at some things, and you're doing good about reporting it a little bit later. But can you tell us while it's going action? Like when it's actually happening? Like you fall into the vicious. We're updating Bragg's cycle, and Bragg hasn't been updated in decades. I mean, it's a new stadium, but then you know, I know y'all saw with the blog people put out there talking about some things still need to get worked on. If you hadn't seen it, go check out that article because that's on them. Look, I don't claim stuff that ain't mine, and I don't lie about stuff and say I did it when I didn't. That was on them. Is a pretty decent read. You know, again, they're licensed members of the street committee up there. And look, that Rattler blog spot, whatever. Hey, street committee certified gangsters. But we just need to hear about that stuff sooner because, as little babies point out, you're not telling us what you're really doing in 5 years. You're telling us some of the stuff you want to happen, but you're not telling us how you want to get there. Because, I mean, I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad, as Bruno Mars said. You know, chilling out with Oprah and the King. You know, Queen is dead now. Like, but what's the plan to get that $1 million? How are we gonna get there? I just want it, and that was some of the stuff I think we missed. To little baby's point, because one of the things that she then talked about, she gave us a little bit of the list. She didn't give us the whole list, but she was like, "Hey, these are the coach's needs," and the coach's needs. Thank you, because one thing she did give us, she gave us a price point. She didn't give you a timeline, but she gave you a price point. And look, here we go. If you have a timeline, people will be more inept to get involved and make it happen because now they see you're really serious. Exactly. Like we've been saying FAMU needs a new baseball field for how long? This is before she got there, honestly. And now we got a price point for it. Price point, and for all the updates, she gave y'all like a 1 point some $1 million. I'm from the coming to America age. I'm sorry. Why don't you just ask for a cool 2 million? Be done with it. Like, oh yeah, it's 1.7 mil. Narcissist, please. Just say, hey, I need $2 million. One for the plug and one for the lows. I need $2 million. Ask for a cool $2 million and get it done. Because all of a sudden, you don't have to rattle off how much it costs. You just told me how much you need. That's our target. Cool. Let's go. So one of the things, hey, top of the list, that new baseball field, about 1.3 mil. That's great for me. Like, but at the same point, now that we know New baseball field is going to cost $1.3 million. Do the next side of that. Get one of those little trackers that the schools do that says, this is how much we need. This is how much we got. Donate at this place. You can do a hashtag. You can do a QR code. You can do whatever the Thomasville you want, but make it simple and make it easy for people to just sit up here and go, click, here's $25. Like, no, that doesn't sound like a lot, but at the same point, especially around homecoming and other things, you pimp the program. SWAC champions, regular season SWAC champions. Went to the SWAC tournament, SWAC championship game. All of a sudden, man, we got a good baseball program. You got people who don't watch baseball who will be like, I mean, they're winning championships. Why aren't we supporting these kids? They're gonna be like Tony Baker. I never knew. Like, that's some of the stuff where it's like, cool, you gave me a budget, but now you need the time frame, because it's like, we can do this in this amount of time. Like, you need $2 million additional money to update facilities and continue recruiting top talent. Yeah. And you need it within 6 to 8 months. I would say a year. Like, here we go, Marvin. Somebody, look, you preaching from the back, man. You know, but there's an amen that follows that statement. You need $2 million. Like, miss me with the 1.5, 1.3. You need a cool $2 million, because the baseball facility is eating up over half of whatever you're getting. Like, okay, yeah, the tennis needs a $300 printer. That's, bruh, you telling me you can't take a printer from another office and you get it? Never mind. But, just to make do, but get them a brand new printer. Look, there's a printer under the snake. It didn't cost $300. It's a solid printer though. It's about 4 or 5 years. It needs some ink. I get some ink next week. It's a lot going on this week. But they need $300. That's an easy ask. Honestly, that's an ask where I would just look. If the boosters are giving you $20,000 a pop, y'all got 300. Matter of fact, I need 5. Why do I need $500? I need ink cartridges. Like, I'm just saying, you need a $300 printer. Look, at the NAA thing, hey yo, I do need this $300 printer. Real quick though, if somebody want to struggle check real quick to the Rattler Athletic Fund to pay for this $300 printer, I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll go. And then what you do when you get back to Tallahassee tomorrow, you show up and you say, hey, with this donation from the Rattler Athletic Fund, tennis got something they needed off the list. And you start marking stuff off the list. So that way, guess what? Back to Lil Baby's point. We're seeing that you are doing something with the money. You're following through. And not only you got a timeline, but it's like, oh, shoot, she's doing something with the money. Oh, okay, let me get some more. What's next? Because look, again, I'm a teacher. I'm gonna give you a little something for that athletic fund, but it might not be $300 all at once. But you can get me and a bunch of other teachers to give you $10 to $20, and all of a sudden, all our 10 little 20s, look, you get 20 of us to give you 20, you got your printer. And everybody's not a teacher. So I'm just saying, like, that's the way you do this and start showing it off. Hey, Rattler Athletic Fund, we got this printer. But better yet, what about some of these corporate sponsors? Like, what about some of these companies that we have in Tallahassee that you are doing business with? Like, you're not able to tell me, okay, AT&T, they ain't got no printers. Like, just saying, can we get a deal with Staples or Office Depot to where we can get some printers? Maybe they can do it as a tax write-off. Like, that's a corporate sponsorship. Like, some of these companies that we're doing these deals with, like, hello, look, them 10s and 20s add up. Like, I'm just saying, like, for me, that was one of my things with the ask was it was directed, it was intentional, but it lacked that other piece of in this time frame, I need this. Like, hey, I need a $300 printer. Can I get that next week? We really need this before the season starts. Sell it. Why? While it's happening, all of a sudden, hey, we got this. You're going on. And look, then have kicked off. Look, that $2 million offering at the end of the Ruffles. You got all the big money in town in one room. Hello. Like, because they literally walk around and get people to pledge cash and donate $20, $30 in the moment. Like, I'm just saying, like, take advantage of the moment. You're there, people are feeling good, the liquor's flowing. Like, and if they got some cash in their pocket, they about to donate it. Like, go ahead and get what you can get while you can. Reconditioning football helmets, $15,000. And she's like, that's an annual expense. That's cool. But if that's an annual expense, get it to become something where one of your donors or donor groups are eating that for you. And then in turn, you support them. Honestly, you should be advertising for them during football games. As much money as they're giving you, hey, join FAMU Rattler Boosters. Support the Rattler Athletic Fund. All the things that come back into your coffers should be getting a video or some type of advertisement during every sporting event just to be like, hey, this is how much it costs. This is what it does for FAMU Athletics. Show off what they've done. Keep it pushing. I think that's just some of the idea. New uniforms. And we've had that pitched to us a couple times. It was on O&G. Hey, it costs $17,000 for new uniforms. You know what? Look behind me. Guess what FAMU is like? Uniforms. Like, those aren't the ones that the players wore. They are Nike and LeBron ones. But still, like, we like the uniforms. Cool. $17K. Show us some mock-ups. Tell them, hey, you want them by football season? We need to have the order in by this date. Again, do a fundraising campaign for it. Do a capital gains campaign. Do different things that raise the funds so that you can give the fans what they want. Because what we love is these little Twitter wars where it's who's got the best uniforms. And all of a sudden it's like, I'm sorry. Every time I've seen who's got the best uniforms, HBCU, FBS, I see FAMU in there. It can be the all orange. It could be the green and the white ones, which I ain't gonna lie. That green uniform is probably my favorite. It could be the white helmets. It could be the chrome orange helmets. Like, keep noticing, FAMU keeps being up there for like best looking uniform combinations. You can't tell me that a black uniform for the classic. A black, come on, man. God forbid you do like a black helmet out there. Man, come on. Like, I'm just saying, like, you don't think the alumni would be over there standing up like, oh man, them boys hard. Oh, the uniforms look good. Man, you don't think that the alumni would take a lot of pride in that? Like, I get, you may want to do a throwback old Orange Blossom Classic type thing, but I'm saying if you want the uniforms, okay, now you told how much they cost. Again, you should have told us 20. Should have said I need 20K for uniforms. Hey, footballs, that's $8,000 every year. Okay, cool. Get one of the groups to sponsor that though. Stop saying 8, make it 10. Say, hey, y'all, it's about $10,000 to get these footballs, new uniforms. Y'all, we're talking about 30K. Okay. Reconditioning the helmets, that's another 15. It's about $50,000. Okay. So you need 50K to get business done. Just saying. Yeah, them all white uniforms are nice. Ain't gonna lie. Like, but that's what I personally see as a recurring bill. So what you need to do is have something where it's like 50 to 75K just for fixing football stuff. And that's just needs to be You can reword that because obviously that just sounds stupid on athletic fund thing. But maintenance, football maintenance costs. Oh, congratulations. If you're an FSU fan, they beat UCF. They're going somewhere for baseball. But that should be something that's in there. And that should be something that the alumni are like involved, but also understanding that this is what they're donating to, because that's what the other half does. Like we always talk about how much they have, and yeah, I'm sitting here watching FSU baseball on TV. Don't get me wrong, but at the same point, you go to their field, you go to UCF field. They're both really nice facilities, but the things that they constantly do is during their games. If an alumni bought something, oh, Jadada Jagazinski, thank you for donating baseballs to UCF baseball. His gift of X amount of $1,000 continues to support UCF athletics. And you're like, all right, cool. Nobody cares, but appreciate it. Same thing. Like FSU does the same thing. Hey, you supporting, literally, they're going to do a fundraiser for the band more than likely. They do it every time to move that band, and they tell you how much it costs. And it's not you begging, it's you saying this is the cost of doing business. Like, and I'm looking forward. Like, oh, there we go. And I'm doing it for a point. Part of the point is we oftentimes have a real bad habit of saying you're only black schools do this. The white schools don't do this. All right, that's cool with me. Y'all know, look, I'm from Tallahassee, but I got a lot of Missouri on me. I'm gonna show you, but I can tell you. Support the Marching Chiefs. Your donation helps the Marching Chiefs alumni support all of the internationally recognized band programs at Florida State University. And look, it don't start with $1,000. It's 25, 50, 100, or other. And other looks like is whatever you want to do. Let's see if it's $5. I put $5 and they didn't complain. I ain't giving the Chiefs nothing. Respectfully, it's not out of disrespect. I have some good friends who are in the Marching Chiefs. Michael Alford's on the field right now, too. So for all y'all that sit up there and want to talk about the athletic director be on the field, FSU's athletic director is on the field right now celebrating. So you know what? Shut up. Because he's out there celebrating with the baseball team. But again, small stuff like that is done at other schools. It ain't just HBCUs asking for money to support the band, to move the band, because it's expensive as hell. We're not the only ones who don't take our bands everywhere. There are some places they don't take their band. And there's some places they'll tell you, we're not taking the band because they're going to sit there and nosebleed. Go watch how, I'm going to give credit to where credit is due. UF actually does FSU right. Go see how Clemson does FSU's band. All those kids at the top of the stadium. Like, if you got a nosebleed, it's a problem. But again, they collect funds to move what they need, and they celebrate those that are donating. Go watch. If you're looking at the game right now, it's on ESPN Plus. You can look behind, I don't know this kid's name. Again, I'm a fan, but I'm not a fanatical about FSU baseball. It says Couches Bayou Rouge. If you're not familiar, that's a place in Tallahassee. Really good beignets. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're better. If you're going to Harry's and then you go to Couches, you're not going back to Harry's. Harry's is trash. In comparison, I've eaten at Harry's. That was my spot when I worked at FAMU. But Couches has been my spot forever. Yeah. You can see on the field, they have the advertising up on the padding. Like, you can look all over the baseball field and you can see Talus Memorial, Fast Signs, all these corporate sponsors that are donating to this program. And it's like, maybe we should use some of those ideas. And honestly, it's been done since minor league baseball days. Like, in order to overcome some of those gaps, what she was talking about, we got to get the money. Like, oh, it's common for bands not to travel. Exactly. It's only in the SWAC where they want 300 plus bands. What? You didn't like Coochies? What you got? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. They ain't never missed for me. I can't speak for you, but I only go to the one on the north side of town. I don't go to the other ones. Closer to FAMU and FSU, those like kind of mom and poppy restaurants are, unless they have like only one location, I ain't doing it. Like what was it? Gordo's? Yeah. The one close to FSU was good for a minute, but they fell off. So I only go to the one north side. Last time I went there was all right, but it wasn't special. Like it wasn't like it was when I was in college. Like yeah. Oh, they use jar sauce. Dang. That's tough. Man, it must have got like something with a cream sauce or something. I ain't gonna lie, I get the crawfish etouffee was straight. But again, the gumbo's all right. I ain't crazy about it. I don't do everybody's gumbo like that. I ain't gonna lie. We got a spot down here that we like to go to, Tibby's. It's straight. You won't think you're in New Orleans, but it'll get you through. Like, but that's the kind of stuff you need. Like, you need those places that aren't very far from FAMU to support. Like, you need Dog It All to come in there and, hey, come to Dog It All. Okay, it's a stone's throw from campus. Like, literally, you can walk from Dog It All to FAMU. And hot dogs, look, I ain't gonna lie, they used to have a little lunch special with like the hot dog, their homemade potato chips, and apple pie. Whew, my man. Good Lord, that'll get you through when you're struggling. Like, I'm just saying, you got to build those connections. Like, I think that was some of the myths that we missed out on. She did talk about the NIL thing. I'm gonna come to that in a minute. She was slick. I was waiting on that, and I appreciated it. I was like, all right, I see what she did there, AD Sykes. That was slick. That was smart. How she played that one. But I love that one. That was cool. But then the APR thing, some of y'all have been talking real trash and talking real greasy because she opened up the floor for questions for 5 minutes. And I was proud. I got to give it to the lady. I had my doubts. I was like, she's going to take questions from the public. Now she did. She skirted one quick and she was slick. It was, did the person register? Are they registered for the NAA event? Oh, okay, we'll take that question. Man, that question never came. Only people who got questions answered were the ones who asked in the room. Smart AD Sykes. I see what she did there. But she talked about how the APR was evaluated and what was done to help the players. And she also communicated what the students needed to be eligible. Like, that's needed. Like, again, I'm not trying to blow the AD Sykes trumpet today. I'm just looking at what she said sounds good. Like, she explained APR, and she also explained the FAMU probation period. Supposed to be ending in November. And they got an outside source. I don't know what. Look, FAMU has become like the home of going to outside sources to get, audited for the longest. But if the results are there, I ain't really mad at it. And she also addressed the women's bowling thing. Look, that was slick. Somebody asked that question, and she was like, some of them just didn't come back. Like, I'm just saying, look, my daughter on her second year, she needs a good church to go to and where the soul food at. I mean, I used to go to Spring Hill Road Church of Christ when I was in college. Well, growing up, then I went to Meridian Woods. Yeah, East Side. Look, so my dad goes to Elizabeth Profitable Spring, Primitive Baptist, but Club Tabernacle's always there. Like Bethel Baptist, they both right there. Good soul food though, man. I don't know, man. I use my mama's food now, man. I'm lazy. Like, but I did love that. When it comes to the women's bowling thing, she shut that down quick. That was nice. Now she did also talk about the NCAA allowing the universities to pay these students. That was smart. And she mentioned that FAMU's behind, like how these kids are getting like $6,000 per semester from most schools just for what have you. And she also mentioned, look, and it was a slick little. Oh, y'all was talking about me in the budget. Ugh. Look, she 2 gut punches back to back. She's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna finish in the back, in the black, $500." Like, dang, okay. I see you, sister girl. She's listening to some of y'all talk greasy about her, and she taking notes. Like, oh, this, you don't think I know how to fix a budget? Okay, $500 over. Oh, I don't know how to pick a bowling coach. Them kids quit anyway. Look, she was taking notes. Look, look, don't think she okay. look, hey, you definitely need to talk about the church day. Look, hey, that's all I can tell you on that. Soul food though, and I can't even lead you in the right direction until I ask you no more, man. Again, when I go home and I'll go to my couple spots, man. I don't never do soul food until I ask you no more. I get the stuff I can't get here in Orlando. Whataburger. Whataburger does not exist in Central Florida. Bojangles, because the Bojangles down here don't serve real chicken. It's all like chicken patties. So yeah, that's those my go-tos. Krispy Kreme's all the way over by UCF. It's just all that. What's up, Mike? So and then look, NIL, boy. Oh yeah, Oleans. I never make it to Oleans because yeah, man, I gotta drive back home. Look, I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore, man. Why eat Oleans? I might have to get me a hotel room by campus or somewhere because boy, she put her foot in that. I did hear Early's Kitchen is back open. I haven't been yet. And then I heard the TC Bakery is fired too. Like I haven't had them yet though, because it's so far away. But yeah, now I'll be up there for 4th of July week. Yeah, I might not get a show that week, but we might not. But yeah, baby. If I may have to hit up Early's Kitchen, TC Bakery. My other spot, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if you eat pork or not, but the what you call it? What's that? Piggly Wiggly, right down from campus. Man, they got a fried pork chop sandwich. Yeah, yo. Oh, well, I'll slap a mother lover for that thing. God, you be more careful. Boy, they got a fried pork chop sandwich. They fry it just right. Oh, don't share. I don't share. I'm sorry. I'll tell you right now. That fried pork chop sandwich, though, my Lord. I don't know about none of the sides. I ain't gonna lie. I stick to what I stick with. But that fried pork chop sandwich at the Piggly Wiggly, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a good day, baby. Whoo, man. And look, that's about it. I can't tell you none of the good barbecue spots no more. My favorite barbecue place in town is not that good. It's just a guilty pleasure. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Dreamland. Last night Dreamland sucked, but the sauce is fire. Like it's terrible. Like I know the barbecue's mid, but the sauce is just fire. And it's like I get there and I'm like, barbecue's mid, but then they get the white bread. I get in the sauce, and it's just it's there. Like okay, so it's on. Okay, girl. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. That might look if they open that 4th of July week, your man's is gonna be in there. What? Look, I might even do a video eating in there, like, oh, being extra fat, like, y'all need to get some of them. Yeah, know how extra we get about food. But she gave a great idea for the NIL. Like NIL, she was like, I'm not telling you what to do. I can't advise you what to do. Yeah, I know her voice be, and she be at that extra Virginia twang be coming out. But if I had a small business or if I was an NAA group, what I would do is that thing came out. She put extra Southern on it. I would see if one of these students would sponsor or could be sponsored to advertise NAA and give them a nominal amount of dollars per month. I was like, okay, AD Sykes, I see what you did there. And she's not wrong, especially if you think about it. I kind of hinted at that myself. Jerry Lee, go get my girl Kennedy. She just won a swag championship, right? Yeah. Go get my girl Kennedy from the shot put / discus team. Y'all go get her. And it's not like in this case, you're putting the money back in the pocket of one of your own students. So it's already like, how can we make this better? Well, you know what? Jerry Lee, she's from Jacksonville. She's a good student. Go help Kennedy Hill out. And she went to Reigns. Ichiban. Right? Like, just saying. There you go. It was a good idea. Like, look, again, a lot of this sounds good. And this was AD Sykes at the Ken Riley thing. And she did good. She did good at that event. The dress was nice, food was straight. But in all of her time up there, and it was really like 15 minutes worthwhile of talking. She up there talking for like 20 or 30. But she got some good ideas. She showed some growth. And at the end of the day, she gave you ideas that as an athletic director, I was like, okay. Now she did miss on giving me a timeline, like Lil Baby pointed out. But she did one thing that, we've been saying. Hey, listen, tell us what you need. Now the other side of that, and that's on us. I'll say it's on me. How about that? So if you see AD Sykes, say it's Keith's fault. Keith didn't tell you to give us a timeline. I probably did, but I'm gonna say I didn't. So when she see me, she can say, "Okay, it's your fault. It's my fault, AD Sykes. My bad. Don't fire me though. I don't work for FAMU anyway. But blame it on me. In the words of Christette Michelle, you can say it's my fault. say I'm a liar. Say I'm a cheat. Say whatever you want. But it's just that's the other side of this. Give us the list, but give us the timeline. And then at the same point, as you get the list, mark off what you've done and show it to us. Put it online, have them do videos. You can have them just do little pictures on the athletic page. Like new printer, have the coach posing with it. Like all the goofy stuff. Like, oh, was she yelling or she was kind of yelling. She said, I'm excited. I forgot the words. I lost my place one time. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't sound like her, but y'all know she got a southern twang to her. I love it. It's endearing. It really is cute. But she was yelling. You're not wrong. She was definitely yelling when she was up there. But you can see she was also kind of charged up. Like she was trying to make sure you knew that she listened to you, especially all y'all alumni. Y'all, look, can you imagine? See some of the same people who tried to get you fired and now they in your face. Man, look, they was nice playing a little Delta song for her. Man, shoot, I'd have I'm bold. I'd have walked into the DJ. Hey, can you play a song by the 100? It's called Backstabbers. They smile in your face all time. Look, y'all have been stepping in and shucking and jiving, and I'd have been like, yeah, y'all backstabbing mother lovers. like, like, just saying, like, if I'm her, that's the level of petty I'm on right now. But I think she gave us a lot. And in actuality, it sounds good. It seems like it should be something. And then look, athletic boosters should be doing something like this convention. So everything would be all about athletics. It would include a Q&A section. You are right. And the boosters got something coming up. They got their like summer luncheon. When I get more information, I'll share it with you. I may see if we get Mr. Cobb on the show. Look, we need some guests for the summer anyway. But yeah, like that's something that's supposed to be coming up. Got to get the advertisers for that. See if we can get some flyers or something created for that. I'll bother Mr. Cobb tomorrow. It's the summertime. I think he's retired. We're good. But we got to get that out there because guess what? In about 3 weeks, it's gonna be time to renew both your NAA and your booster memberships. So, and that's during that funky time for the teachers when they ain't working and they ain't making no money. So we're gonna see. But in all of this, AD Sykes, what you said, it sounds good. And I'm gonna give you a for this past weekend, I'm gonna give you A. Because you went out there, you know, not saying that you delivered, but you went out there and when you really could have been like, man, I ain't doing this. Y'all folks really don't like me. I don't want to like you. I'm just here to get a check. And she came with some follow through. And you know, listen a little bit. Like, and look, and you have time to purchase the lifetime membership before it goes up because oof, the increase didn't pass. Ooh, look at God. Because look, that increase was going to be for boating. That was going to be something that was just like, no, I'll never be a lifetime member at this rate. Like it was about to be exorbitant, like to the point to where it wasn't worth doing the lifetime membership. And the thing about lifetime membership, you still pay a yearly due. You just don't pay that big due. Like, because I got a couple lifetime memberships coming in a small amount of time. And look, I need y'all to step y'all game up. All right. Thursday, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if I can get a guest. We're gonna do a little something. If not, I might be doing a little traveling. You know, if I am traveling though, I'm gonna get y'all right either way. So we're gonna come up here, see if I can get my man's on here. I ain't gonna say who yet, but I'm gonna see if I can pull that favor, see if they can meet up with me. Hey y'all, have some fun, stay out of trouble, support FAMU Athletics, and y'all already know what's up. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?